Red light. We're going this way. Red light now this way. He just wants to go through the light. I guess it turns out he was on his phone, didn't realize he was at a stoplight. And all of a sudden, the guy just starts plowing pretty much into us. I'm like, that's it. I go to my son, hold the scooter. Hold the scooter. Last week, I punched not one, but 2 cars. I used to do this a lot, and I'm falling back a little bit, so I think I gotta do a little more meditating. I gotta calm the F down. But when it comes to your kids, I know I'm talking to some parents right now. You'll do anything. So the first one, it's a crosswalk, red light. We're going this way. There's a car here wants to make the left, but it's not her turn to go. It's ours. So we start going. She decides to make an illegal left. Now she's 5 feet from me and my son on the scooter, and she's not stopping. So I scream, like, "What the hell? What are you doing? It's a red light!" I just lose it immediately. She looks at me. She looks at my kid. She's a little confused and continues to barrel right towards us. She stops. I jump off my scooter and I just start punching the driver's side window as hard as I can. My hand still hurts. As hard as I can. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And she's just staring at me. Honestly, this one, to be fair, I think she might be a lady that simply shouldn't be in a car driving. But still, those people kill people all the time as well. So she takes off. I drop my kids to school. That's the opener. So then 2 or 3 days later, at the exact same crosswalk, red light. We're going this way. Red light now this way. He just wants to go through the light. Red light. It's our turn to go. Crosswalk. Guy is stopped at a red light, but his bumper's kind of in the crosswalk. So I stop and I'm like, all right, I got to make sure this guy is definitely stopped. I guess it turns out he was on his phone, didn't realize he was at a stoplight, didn't realize that a good part of his car was in the crosswalk. So we decide to go because I looked and I'm like, all right, it looks like he stopped. And all of a sudden, the guy just starts plowing pretty much into us. He didn't hit us. We have been hit on the scooter. I'll tell that story another day. But that's why I'm so like on high alert, because we actually did get hit in the crosswalk. So he starts going and he just misses us. I'm like, that's it. I go to my son, hold the scooter. Hold the scooter. And this is coming from, a few days earlier with the lady where I'm punching the side of the driver's side window. I start losing it and screaming. And he was let's just say he was a man of color. See, I don't know how you're allowed to, I don't know if you're allowed to say this stuff when you're describing people. He was a man of color on the older side that looked like he was transitioning. Did I say that right for the woke people? Did I say that right? So I start yelling and screaming. I'm like, are you crazy? It's a red light. You almost hit us. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And then I just he rolls down his window and starts yelling at me like it's my fault because he doesn't like the fact that someone's yelling at him. You can't yell at people in 2022, even if they're wrong. So he starts yelling. I'm like, oh, really? Really? So my next move, because I didn't want to get arrested. I literally wanted to drag him out of the car. I'm not going to lie to you. But I didn't want to get arrested. That's kind of smart, right? So I choose to hammer fist the hood of his car as hard as I can. So my knuckles hurt from punching the driver's side window. And this part of my hand hurts from hammer fisting his hood. So I give it 2, really good shots. I'm not exaggerating for my live stream. This is exactly how it went down. There are times I'll exaggerate a little bit because, yes, you're trying to entertain the people, but this is the God's honest truth. Opie's an angry old man. I hammer fist his car twice. He is so mad, but he ain't getting out of his car because now I look like a psycho. I know. I'm not stupid. He ain't getting out. So at this moment, there's a woman on the sidewalk. She starts yelling, "It's your fault. It's your fault." And I'm like, oh, shit. What did I miss? Because I'm like, I already just hammer fisted this guy's car, and there were absolutely a couple dents. Older car, he'll live. But this lady's yelling, "It's your fault. It's your fault." So I'm like, oh man, it's my fault. What did I? Now I'm like, what did I do wrong? Was the light actually green, and I missed it? What's going on, right? And as I turn to confront her, not confront her, to see, like, I want to go, what are you talking about? It's my fault. She's pointing at the guy, the older black gentleman that's transitioning, that has the window down, who's yelling at me. She was yelling at him, "It's your fault," because she saw the guy yelling at me. And she's pretty much like, "How dare you? It's your fault. It's your fault." And then know what she does? I swear to you, and I was in St. Patrick's Cathedral yesterday. I swear to my Lord, she hammer fists the hood of the car. So he got a double. He got my two, and then he got her yelling and screaming, "It's your fault, it's your fault." And then she runs over and gives him the car a couple shots. And I'm like, you rule. I'm laughing. I cross the street. The guy peels out. He's so mad. He doesn't know what to do. And then I turned around and the lady was gone. I don't know where she went because I wanted to thank her. So there you go. I hit 2 cars last week. I don't know if I should be admitting this. That's amazing. Yeah, Gina Bobina, it was amazing. The best part was when she's screaming, "It's your fault, it's your fault." And then, of course, me and my son, he was late, so he had to get into school. But when I picked him up later, we went right back to that story. And my son goes, "Dad, I really thought she was talking about you." And I go, "I'm not going to lie to you. I thought she was talking about me too." And then he's like, "That was amazing." And then he told me she had like some Australian accent or something. So now I got to find this lady. You know, you see the same people almost every day. So I'll run into her again. But he was all about that one because he's like, I really thought she was talking to you. And then when she wasn't, that was amazing. I'm like, I know, that was crazy, wasn't it? But it's stupid. But it's really, really stupid because I'll tell this story maybe tomorrow. Like I had an incident where we did get hit by a scooter, and the guy jumped out of his car, and I was in deep trouble. I'll tease that for another live stream. So my point is, and I think we all know that, you really got to know who you're messing with. And the sad part is you don't know. It's impossible to know. It's absolutely impossible to know. But I'm in a quandary because I know this. I know the logic of that. But when it comes to your kids, you know, all that logic goes out the window. And then I believe that people get into some bad situations because of that. Oh, Pat Duffy, it's dad rage. It's instinctual. I'd murder anybody, including my mother, if my kids were in danger. Yeah, I get that. That was the advice Brewer told me when he found out I was going to be a father. He goes, now you're gonna understand that. I'll leave with this thought. This is an exact quote from Brewer. I went to him as his friend, telling him I'm going to be a father, and he looked at me dead serious with those eyes. He goes, now you will understand that you are capable of murder.